the two teams that will take place in the very first game here of the 2017 Wheelchair Fierce Forward Nationals, all thanks to GIO. And welcoming to the court the first four for the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones to take the court very soon, followed by the GIO New South Wales Gladiators. Now, wheelchair rugby, it's a fantastic sport. It's such a high-impact sport as well. We've got some great teams here this year. The Suncorp Queensland Cyclones, followed by the GIO New South Wales Gladiators. They're the two teams that will take place here this morning for Game 1. Then it's Victoria taking on Japan. So an international flavour. Japan, they went all the way to the final and claimed gold last year, defeating the New South Wales side 59-58 in a thrilling final. Then Team Canada, they make their debut here in Sydney for this tournament. Obviously not new to the sport. They have performed well at an Olympic level, a Paralympic level. They take on New Zealand. So much size and power. They'll be missing Barney Conifera-Fisi, the New Zealanders, so I'll be keen to see how that team lines up. But Cody Everson, he's in fine form this morning. Was chatting to Cody, and he's ready to go for another big tournament, so he'll be one of their key players. And then, of course, we go back to the state level. It's the GIO New South Wales Gladiators taking on Victoria Protect Thunder. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the court the starting four for the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones. So to take the court first up is Chris Bond in the number 1 jersey, Michael Ozan in the number 9 jersey, Cameron Carr, a veteran of the sport, in 13, and Matt Thompson in 5. And for the GIO New South Wales Gladiators, plenty of experience here. We've got Jake Howe in the number 2 jersey, Dickie Voris, Richard Voris in the number 6, Andrew Edmondson, the Australian Steeler, in number 14, and his Australian teammate Riley Batt in the number 3 jersey. Please make welcome to the court these fantastic athletes. Should be a massive contest. And Nick, you're new to the sport. Have you seen much of it on the TV, on YouTube, that sort of stuff? What's your exposure to the sport?
It's always been the Paralympics. It's always been one of the great tournaments to watch, or great events to watch in the tournament, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this New South Wales side does go. Some very good players in this side. I'm looking forward to seeing the New South Wales side play. I know Queensland, they'll be up for the challenge. As I said before, that state of origin rivalry is always the big thing, but you look at a couple of the teams. I can't wait to see Canada and New Zealand later on. That's going to be one of the big international matchups of the afternoon. But New South Wales, Queensland, to start things off, and you've just got the feeling that you look at this New South Wales side, they're more relaxed in the warm-up. You watch Queensland, and they were just going at it bang, 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 bang. So I guess it's a different way of training or getting ready for a game.
Yeah, different tactics always play a part. From a referee standpoint, what's the mood among the referees going into a tournament? What's a sort of a day-to-day kind of ritual for the referees? The fitness, the preparation, what goes into that?
So at this level, we've got international level referees here for this tournament. There's requirements, I suppose, in regards to fitness. We need to be agile, and for anyone that's done the beat test, that's something that we have to do on an annual basis, which is a lot of fun. And then otherwise just keeping on top of any changes in the sport as far as rules, which has and does continue to happen in this sport because it's such an evolving it's such an evolving sport. It was really created for quadriplegics originally, but now, we've got cerebral palsy, we've got a few amputees and the likes now involved in the sport, and we're really wanting to have the intensity be able to continue to increase.
You talk about the fitness in the beat test. What do you have to get as a minimum to be a referee then?
Oh, we don't tell our tales.
You can't.
No, it's about 6'5" for for the international grade. There's two different types of beep tests. So for anyone that knows the good old beep test, it's a decent level. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Okay, so we're about to get underway here. So this is the 2017 Nationals, and of course next year the World Championship competition comes to Sydney between the 5th and the 10th of August, which is a sensational event. So this is sort of a bit of a nice little warm-up, a nice little preparation for that. Plenty of great international teams coming, Nick. So, you know, over the next 4 days, you know, it's a great opportunity for some of the state players who represent the Australian Steelers, obviously, to really start their claim for a spot in that tournament and just get those skills and abilities right for that 2018 tournament. It's
a great precursor. You're not wrong, Jono, and leading into next year where we've got that championship here, and it's a great thing where you get 2 years apart, of course, with the Paralympics, of course, in 2016 and 2020, and of course, as we know, 2020 in Tokyo. And the news coming through in the last 48 hours or so that we're going to go to Paris in 2024, and in 2028 we're going to be in LA. So interesting times ahead, John, in regards to where we're going in this competition in the next, I guess, 12 to 16 years.
Well, indeed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the talk is over. The games are about to begin, literally. This is New South Wales and Queensland. Lloyd White is the man in the middle, Mr. First Class, and we're underway. Riley Batt gets a nice push away, and the Gladiators have first possession of the ball. Batt just in the middle, trying his best. And just a call there. Emma, take us through it.
So we've got an equipment there. Each player has the right to call an equipment if they're caught in play, which was the case. It could be that they might need an adjustment if they're stuck in positioning.
So the ball back in play, and the Gladiators have it. Edmo on the charge, always dangerous inside that attacking 50. He'll move through, and he'll score first points in this State of Origin rival. So the first try is scored to Andrew Edmondson of the New South Wales Gladiators. They lead at 1-0. Nice pass over the top to Bond, and Cameron Carr will take the ball, and he'll score Queensland's first try. So we're one apiece here, 7.5 to go in this opening term. The game is played over 4 quarters of 8 minutes a quarter, and we'll be here for 4 days. As Riley Batt got a nice little pass there, and combines beautifully with Andrew Edmondson. So 2-1, Nick. How do you see the game so far?
Well, both sides have been able to get those overhead passes working to bounce so they can get to the ball, and we've seen those, I guess, streaky tries, you can say, so far, as Queensland on the attack once more.
Chris Bond just battling himself through traffic. Terrific battle here between Batt and Bond. And the shot clock whistle blows. So take us through that, Em.
Sorry, I missed that.
We go back to the 22 seconds, I should say, as Chris Bond just takes it from the breakdown. He'll just soak up the clock, take his time inside that attacking goal area, and he'll score Queensland's second point. So we're 2 apiece. Good battle here between the Gladiators and the Cyclones, and it's Batt and Edmondson combining again beautifully. So Cameron Carr will get us back underway. Just looking for some opportunities. Has Thompson and Ozan. Decides to go himself. So Bond will go up the middle, over the attacking 50. Good work in that corner. Nice little pass over the top, and Cameron Carr finishes it up beautifully. Terrific play. The combinations are quick and fast here, Nick.
And again, you saw Carr just come through to get to it. Great stuff there by Queensland. Again, the passing, working for both sides. Even Stevens sort of thing, the way both sides are playing. It's you score, I scores. Again, New South Wales on the attack over halfway.
So Riley Batt takes it over, and he'll score another try to his collection. So now they go 3 apiece with 6.5 to go in this first term. So the ball goes over the top. Nice little pass from Cameron Carr. Good work from Bond. Bond just battling inside that attacking 50. Looking for some options, but Riley Batt's giving him a few headaches. Bond, nice little pass to Cameron Carr. Just settles himself. Now he has to battle with Edmo. Andrew Edmondson just causing a few dramas. Calming it down, Carr. Gives it back to Bond. Bond just floating through that attacking 50. Taking his time. Edmondson really trying to stop the clock. Riley battling his way through. Bond trying to find a gap. Does it well. Goal there. Terrific work from Cameron Carr on the block. Take us through it, Em.
Just correct that. So we didn't actually get that goal because he's hit the cone first. So it's a no-goal change of possession.
Okay, so change of possession. So we go to 4-3 in favour of the Gladiators. And Dickie Voris on the charge now. Gives the ball to Bat. Bat now to Voris. Voris inside that attacking 50, looking dangerous. Here comes Bond. He goes bang into him. So Voris now trying his best. Bat says, give me the ball. He takes control of possession. Tries to get around one of the Cyclones. Bond can't catch him. And he gets another goal. Terrific stuff, Nick.
Yeah, the initial defence by Queensland was pretty good, but at the end, New South Wales able to find that gap to score another try here. But Queensland really been interesting to see how they've gone on the attack. New South Wales defence, though, that was great before. What we saw there was like parking the bus, if you want to use a football term, and they did that quite nicely.
So Thompson just trying to battle his way through. And the players will go back to their respective benches. The Gladiators just decide to take a meeting out in the middle of the court. So we've got Ben Luday in the jumper number 2, Riley Batt in 3, and Andrew Edmondson in 14. He's just getting a bit of tape work done on his wrists. So, Em, take us through what would normally go through a pep talk here.
Yeah, so just now, so that he didn't run out of time in the back court, he's called a timeout. So if you were to see the shot clock down to 28, that would mean 12 seconds has been run. The team has 12 seconds to proceed over the line, similarly to basketball, but we've got 12 seconds in the case of wheelchair rugby to pass over that halfway line.
Okay, so back to the action we go, and it's Cameron Carr that'll take it just inside the 50. Nice little pass across. Thompson now has the ball and possession for Queensland. Lost it through some good work with Riley Batt, and the ball will go out of bounds. So the ball goes back to the possession of the Gladiators. Dickie Voris, the man, pretty much on that halfway line.
So now that he's in the front court, he can pass front court only.
So Dickie Voris gives the ball across. Now Edmondson has it. Andrew Edmondson battling his way through. Nice work inside the attacking key. And the try is scored there. So Edmo getting the points for New South Wales, and it puts it to 6-3 with 5 to go in this opening term. And quick as a flash, it goes back to Bond. And Chris Bond gets the score and puts them within 2. 6 points to 4 now. Voris gives it to Edmondson. Edmondson just doing his best, trying to get outside that defensive 50, working well. He's got Bat on his left-hand side, now just in front of him, battling his way through. Terrific work from Andrew Edmondson, and the Australian Steeler gets the points. So 7 points to 4 now. Nick, how do you see it so far?
It's been a very good contest. New South Wales obviously having the power over Queensland at the moment. I like the way for Queensland, the way Bond's playing. Really good. The way he's got the skills on and off the ball. It's been great to see. But New South Wales playing some good wheelchair rugby.
So Matt Thompson just getting some work. Do you want to take us through that, Em?
Yeah, so Matt's called a equipment timeout here. His strap was a bit loose, so he's just needed that tightened up so that he can function well in that chair.
So Thompson to regain, throws the ball back in court. Voris has the ball under his wheel.
So the ball's been stopped under the chair in play here, which means a held ball.
So we go to the possession now, and it'll go to Queensland, and Cameron Carr will be the man with the ball, and possession for Queensland. Carr has it, back to Thompson. Thompson just going down that sideline. Nice blocking from Cameron Carr. Edmondson's trying to cause some havoc. But Matt Thompson will get the goal and the points. Terrific stuff for Matty Thompson. He's from the Gold Coast. Nice work from Edmondson. Edmo just gives it nicely to Bat. Riley Batt, the Australian Steeler. Oh. He's been in 4 Paralympics. And he scores another goal, another try for the Gladiators. He'll rack up plenty of points over the next 4 days. It's great to see too Harry Clist. He'll be in the number 15 jumper. Great to see Harry getting a go at this level. Nice little pass over the top. And Cameron Carr will finish it off. And they've got plenty of strength right across the bench. This is the side that went to the gold medal game last year and was narrowly beaten in a thrilling contest, 59-58 to Japan. Wonderful performance that went into overtime. As Edmo and Bat combined beautifully. And the goal is there, Nick.
It is. Not wrong there, John. I just want to say before, when Queensland scored that try, I see they go again with another breakaway for another try, and he's been playing well, Bond, as I said before. But that 2-1 overlap works so well for Queensland before. If they can get themselves in those positions, they'll be fine. But it's been New South Wales really dominating this game.
So Riley Bat now on the ball and on the contest, battling his way straight through. Really having a battle now with Chris Bond. And going through for the try. Great blocking there from Andrew Edmondson. So there's been a change. Ben Leday now is on the court in the jumper number 2. So it comes back to Queensland. Thompson has the ball. Bounces it a couple of times just in front of him. Em, you want to take us through that ruling?
Yeah, so same here as before. He was going to run out of time potentially. So to save the day, he's called his timeout. So each team has 4 on-court timeouts. They're 30 seconds. As you'll see, they'll go to their benches at times, but sometimes they'll just reset and go again and get it from where the ball was on the sideline. They also have 2 coaches' timeouts through the game. They're a minute long. And same deal, they'll go to their benches. That's usually where the coach really needs to mix up the strategy and have a chat to the guys.
Okay, so players coming back to the court. Looks like there's been a change for New South Wales as well. Daniel Holt comes on in the jumper number 9. The Gladiators, big Dallas Cowboys fan, Daniel Holt. And Josh Holloway comes on in the jumper, Andrew Holloway, sorry, comes on in the jumper number 10. Ball will be played nicely by Carr. Good pass down court, finds Bond. Here comes Holloway on the charge. Nice blocking there from Holloway. But the goal and the try is there for the Cyclones. So these two sides have always had a pretty strong contest right across this tournament. Great pass there from Holloway. Nice work from Bat through the middle. Good blocking from Daniel Holt. Terrific stuff from Riley Bat. Takes on Cameron Carr, and he's the better in that contest.
Yeah, the way Bat was able to cut away from the fence, the way he moved back towards this near side for us, and it was able to break away to score. And it was just great work by New South Wales again. It's now Queensland on the charge through Bond.
Bond takes it up the middle. Nice work from him. Holloway's battling in with him beautifully. Goes around Bat and gets the try. So another player that's on for the Gladiators in the number 7 jumper is Darren Ashford. Big fan of the Parramatta Eels. They'll play finals for the first time in about 8 years, which is good news for Eels fans after their recent win. And the ball's nicely played away, but it'll go too far and out of bounds. Andrew Holloway couldn't quite get his hands on it. And the play will resume just to the left-hand side of our broadcast position. It'll be Cameron Carr that brings us back. Em, how do you see the pace of this game so far going?
It's quite good. The intensity's there. The boys are right on it. Defence is really good. Really nice and tight. We've got a change over there. The guys are feeling the pressure. There's certainly some intensity on and off ball in this game.
So Andrew Holloway gets the points there in that particular play. Great working there from Darren Ashford. Now it is 12-9 in favour of the Gladiators. We've got about 2.5 to go before quarter time. So a thrilling start to this one, a close one. As Bond will take it up the middle of court. Goes long and high to Thompson. Can he get it? He can. He gets the points. So Matty Thompson scoring the points there for the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones. We go back into possession. Riley Bat again with the ball. Turns 28 in 2017. In those 4 appearances at the games. He's been a starring light for Australian wheelchair rugby. Played a pivotal role in their victory over Japan And then, of course, the victory over the US at the recent Rio Games. Thrilling double overtime contest. 59-58 the score in that one. Terrific work. Cameron Carr gives the ball to Chris Bond. Oh, Nick, that was pretty to watch.
Yeah, Carr and Bond linking up together quite well. Bond started out initially getting the pass on the card, and Carr was able to work it over halfway at the end. A great effort there for Queenslanders. Now New South Wales, a long ball out.
Nice pass from Bat over to Andrew Holloway. Took it on the one bounce and goes through for the try. So 13-11, they're up by 14-11 now. They're up by 3. Just over 90 seconds to play in this quarter. Chris Bond now taking charge, gives the ball nicely. Thompson, good catch, goes for the try. Played it well there, Thompson, just balanced himself nicely. Key to goal. Now, Em, take us through some of the positions for these games. You know, how vital is it? What's the positioning for these teams?
Yeah, great. So we've got a few different level of points in regards to the functionality of each and every player on court. So it varies from 0.5 through to 3.5. Now what that means is, say at 0.5, we'd have a blocker. So as you'll see, number 6, Mickey from Queensland, he's a low pointer. And his role is very defensive. And then you've got your attackers, Riley Bat, Chris Bond, Andrew Edmondson on court, Cameron Carr with the ball. Examples of real offensive attack. But it takes the whole team.
So Cameron Carr just battling himself on that out key. Nice pass over the top. Beautiful stuff from Bond. And Thompson finishes with the goal. Terrific team goal for the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones. 15-12 the score now. We're just under a minute before quarter time. Now Riley Bat will have possession. He's just soaking up the clock. Just over 30 seconds to go in this game, in this term. Played well through the middle. Great work there from Ashford in defence. Daniel Holt now playing his role in the jumper number 9. So Bat just trying to work his way through. Clever little pass over to Andrew Holloway, but now Holloway needs support because he's got Matt Thompson there. But he might get the better of him here. Oh, no goal. Terrific work from Matty Thompson. Desperation stuff close to the line, Nick.
Well, great defence, wasn't it, by Queensland? But New South Wales, they were trying to play the smart option there, holding time up, then getting the pass away with a couple of seconds left. Nearly paid off dividends, but not the case at the end. We are seeing a fantastic game between these two sides.
So we're back to the action. Ball comes back in play. Chris Bond has it. We're under 10 seconds in this first term. Bond on the charge. Will he run out of time? He goes over the halfway line. Good work there from Ozan. And he's run out of time, unfortunately. So we are quarter time here in this thrilling contest so far between the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones and the New South Wales Gladiators. At quarter time, it's the New South Wales side, the home side, up by 2, 15-13.
Taking their time right behind my back, and I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette, and a message coming from my eyes says leave it alone.
GIO Wheelchair Rugby Championships as New South Wales go on the charge. Good work from Edmondson. He's got some work to do around Chris Bond, though, causing a few headaches. Nice little pass across back to Riley Batt. Batt just goes through some holes, spins, turns. Can't quite get at the line. Cameron Carr blocking his possession. So it's really started quite aggressively out on the court, Nick.
It has indeed. I'll tell you one thing. These are the two players you watch it. For New South Wales, it's the way Batt plays. Batt is amazing the way he can get himself in those positions. But watch Bond. Even when he's in defence, he's just going full hard at it. It's great to see for the Queenslanders now again. They've got on the right. Let's see what they can do through Carr.
Carr gives the ball across to Bond. Bond little pass over the top. Big chance here. Oh, that's terrific stuff for the Queenslanders. Josh Nicholson, the scorer on that particular occasion. So he gets his first goal of the game and the tournament. Bartlett gives it back to Edmondson. So Simon Bartlett in the 11 jumper. He's new on the court. Made that change in that quarter-time break. Riley Batt just getting himself through some traffic using his size. Can't quite get it there. So take us through this ruling here, Em. We've got Cameron Carr down on the court.
Just checking in with the shot clock here. Doesn't appear to be lining up with the game clock. So just getting that sorted now so that we're all in sync.
So we're just about to start again once we get this player back on two wheels. And then we've got in the coaching ranks, you've got your team managers, you've got your assistant coaches, and you've got your mechanics. So how vital are those members of a side, and how do their roles diversify?
Yeah, sure. So the mechanics role, as you'll see, Daniel for Queensland jumping out there with the carpet really helps if we need equipment. The tyres will blow through the game, replacing the tyres. And of course the coach is there to help the team keep on track and keep their heads in the game. Managerial wise, it really depends on team to team. Some of the managers certainly are in that coaching role or getting trained as well. And then there's also the carers who help the guys that need with the personal care and transferring side of things too.
So Riley Batt just picking up the points on that occasion. Can't quite go back to back. So plenty of roles in each team. You can see how they diversify for each side, and that'll change and that'll adapt as we go over the 4 days, because obviously it depends on who your side is playing and that level of competition once we get closer to that gold game come Saturday, as Cameron Carr tries to battle his way through some early traffic. Nice little pass over the top. Bond. Rule has been given by the referee.
So we have 12 seconds in the back court. As explained earlier, the guys had prevented previously with a timeout, but they've ran out of their time, and so it's a change of possession. New South Wales now with the ball.
So good work there from Edmondson to get the ball back in field. And now Riley Batt has possession inside that attacking quarter. Tries to battle his way around Chris Bond and does beautifully. Great work there to manoeuvre his way around. But as quick as I say that, Cameron Carr has the possession, gives it straight to Chris Bond. Bond, he'll just roll through for a terrific try. Now 18-15 the score. 6.5 to go before half time. Edmondson now trying to get himself through some traffic. Good little pass over the top. Riley Batt uncontested, and he'll go through for the goal.
Right, so we've just had a contact before the whistle called here. So after the ball has made the try line, there's been a contact before the whistle, which means an advantage to the defence or offensive play. And now we've got a timeout for the Cyclones, coach's timeout, so that'll be 1 minute. The boys will go to the benches.
So we'll just take a short time out here and the players will have a chat. Great talent right across the Gladiators side in terms of Australian representation. Riley Batt, of course. Andrew Edmondson, he claimed gold in Rio. And of course, their coach is Curtis Palmer, who of course was a former player of this level. He's now got a personal trainer business. And of course, he's just become a dad. So congratulations to Curtis. His life has certainly changed in the last 12 months. Nicholson now on the attack with Bond. So the Queensland side, they try and work it nicely. Gives it away to Carr. Carr battling with Bat. Good pass across to Bond. Bond gets the extra. So it's really the combinations that are coming together, Nick.
Well, that's what we're seeing at the moment. Well, that's what we're seeing at the moment here, Jono, for both sides. And again, New South Wales away. That's a good pass of the game. Gets himself in the right position, Bat, and gets over for another try.
So Bat goes over. Nicholson now trying to regain play. He's got a few options. He's got Carr in front of him in 13, but Simon Bartlett's giving a few headaches there, as well as Daniel Holt. Gives the ball to Ryan Scott in the jumper number 11, and back to Bond. Bond gets some curry from Bat. Bond in the middle of the court. Nice little bat. Nice little battle going on. Little smile on the face of Chris Bond. And Bondy gets another try, so he goes over for the points.
We've been expecting that all game, John. It's now starting to come to life, the battle between those two, and now we're seeing it as a game. Let's see what New South Wales can do here with the ball.
Yeah, still early days in this tournament, so players just not wanting to push themselves too hard, pacing themselves across the 4 days. Normally it's been 3 in previous years, but because of the World Championships next year in August, we've got the 4 days, and of course the inclusion of Canada, which will be terrific. I know you're looking forward to seeing them. They take the court at around 3 o'clock when they battle New Zealand. As Queensland are on the charge, and Cameron Carr will get the points. So the next game is Victoria Protect Thunder taking on the Japanese team. There's some brilliant names in the Japanese side. They've got so much international talent, and of course they claimed gold last year with a thrilling overtime win over the Gladiators. And of course Canada and New Zealand, as the points were scored there by Andrew Edmondson in the 14. And then to round out day one, it's the Gladiators again. They finish the day like they've started against Victoria Protect Thunder, and some wonderful names within the Victorian side. Old Bomber Lewis, Matt Lewis, he'll be hard to stop. Jaden Warner's been an improving player the last couple of years. Andrew Harrison, he has caused plenty of confusion and havoc with opposition teams. He's a terrific fella. And Bryce Allman, his experience in the game at that coaching level as well as playing, will really give Victoria a kick and put them well within the medals in 2017. As Andrew Edmondson battles his way through the middle. 22 plays 18. We're about 4.5 to go before half time as Cameron Carr's about to get us back into possession. So it was a terrific contest in 2016. Let's hope the next 4 days can provide a similar result as Chris Bond goes over for the points for Queensland. Good pass over the top. Edmondson battling with Bartlett, and it's Edmondson that wins the battle as Nicholson's gone down in that clash. And there'll be just a player back on 2 wheels, which will be Josh Nicholson. So, interesting battle here between these two sides, Nick. How do you see this quarter different from the opening term?
It's a little bit more, I guess, collision course as opposed to the first quarter when they're all sort of just sitting back a little bit. Now we're starting to see, I guess, the rhythm develop. We're going to see more of a defensive structure to this second quarter. And again, Queensland with the ball to the right. New South Wales trying to win it here.
So the ball will come towards our broadcast box and Edmo will bring it back in field. Do you see the pace, the intensity growing a little bit in this game?
Yeah, it's good. It's they're certainly matching up. There's a lot of Australian players on court as we speak and throughout the game, and some that are also retired. So, yeah, we get a good pace here, and the boys still keeping that intensity, which is great to see.
So Riley Batt just getting the points on that last occasion, which puts them in front by 5, 24-19, with just over 4 to play before half-time. Nice little battle here. Cameron Carr gets the ball across to Bond. Bond's in some open space. He'll go past Riley Batt. And the points are scored on that occasion. So, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, is there anyone here supporting the mighty GIO New South Wales Gladiators? Let's hear you. And how about the Queenslanders? What about some love for the Queenslanders north of the border?
One strong supporter there. Fantastic.
That's all you need. That's all you need. So Chris Bond battled his way through there, but couldn't stop Riley Batt charging through. So we'll go back to the restart as Cameron Carr gives the ball. Nice little pass, threads the needle. And Chris Bond will go through for the easiest of tries. So he'll get the points there. 25-21. 3.5 to go before half-time. Bartlett now on the charge. Gives the ball around to Batt. Batt under some pressure from Bond. Batt trying to work his way through. Nice pass over the top. Picks up the one bounce. Andrew Edmondson goes for the corner. But Nicholson tries to stop him. Cameron Carr battling nicely. But the experience, the tenacity and the strength of Andrew Edmondson gets the job done. You can see why he represented Australia at the recent Rio Games.
Well, it's amazing as well when you're on the back of a 2-1 where you're the only one guy to do it. At the end, great job by New South Wales as Queensland get another good effort for a try, and that was Cameron Carr again sprinting down that left-hand side. Let's see what New South Wales can do on the return here. And again, they're just going up the middle.
So Riley Batt using his power and his size. Great blocking there from Bartlett. Nicholson can't get to him. And the try is scored. So fast-paced game at the moment. We're really going back and forth between goals, which is great to see. The defensive guys, they're getting their work cut out for them in the middle. Ball goes over to the far side. Pushed away nicely. Goes back to the New South Wales side. Edmo on the charge. Batt working his way with a little bit of defence. Creates a nice block. And puts Edmo in the hole. And the scores now go to 28-22. 2.5 to go before half-time. Chris Bond now battling his way through some traffic, trying to get there. Michael Ozan and Ryan Scott doing some terrific work on court over this contest. And the points...
So we've had a spin. It's a foul on the defensive team called here. So what's happened here is behind the axle, the player was hit. Chris Bond, number 1, was hit by Edmo, 14. And it's really, purpose of this is to keep the guys safe. Hitting in front is okay. You can hit as hard as you like, really. But behind that axle, so the middle part of the wheel, it's dangerous. So that's why we've called that there.
So we'll just go back to the restart here. So terrific work there from Ryan Scott earlier. Jumper number 11. He and number 6, Michael Ozan, across this game, or these opening 2 terms really, have been really dominant, creating some blocks. Nice little pass across to Nicholson. Can't quite find Cameron Carr. And the goal goes begging there as Chris Bond just wants possession, keeping in his eye on the ball. He's having a nice little battle there with Andrew Holloway. Ball comes away nicely. Darren Ashford picks up the ball, gives it nicely across to Cameron Carr. And Cameron Carr will get the points on that occasion.
So we had a lead in the court there, so it's actually a penalty goal, which means that Edmondson, who's in the bin, will have to stay there. Otherwise, it's a minute, so you serve a minute. or until the next goal, as long as it's not a penalty, in which case that last goal was. So he stays in there to serve his full minute or until the next goal.
So great work there from both sides. Andrew Holloway trying to battle with the possession of the ball. And he goes out. So we'll go back to the Queenslanders in possession. Carr gives it across nicely to Bond. Bond back to Carr. Cameron Carr just soaking up the time. 28-23, just over 90 seconds to go. And he gets the points on that occasion. Great tactic to slow down the clock, Em. Take us through that, in how vital that is in these games, right across the tournament.
Yeah, and just addressing that last play specifically, the guys set up. We've got a try there to number 10. The guys set up in defence so that when Edmo was to come back on court, that he wouldn't be able to play so easily, but he's ended up calling for the ball on the inbound. So inbounder, and there he was on the base.
Nice little pass infield to Cameron Carr, and Carr gets the points. So he was an Australian Steeler, Cameron Carr, and he celebrates birthday number 40 in 2017. As Chris Bond has possession of the ball, trying to get his way through some traffic. Worked around Andrew Holloway. Now Edmo tries to battle, but terrific blocking from Cameron Carr. Sees another goal. And Chris Bond will get some points there. He's originally from the national capital, Canberra, Chris Bond. And he turns 31 in 2017. Nice little pass across field to Andrew Holloway. Gives it to Andrew Edmondson, who gets the goal.
Let's see what they can do here. Queensland, great pass out by Bond. And he found here Carr running on again. And Carr scoring another try for Queensland. So they hit back nicely here, Jono. And this is great football we're seeing between both sides. Or great wheelchair rugby is, again, they're on the charge here. New South Wales down the left.
Bartlett will take it up. Nicely takes possession of the ball. Gives it back to Edmondson. Great work there from Ashford in blocking. Tried to get around Ryan Scott and does. And Josh Nicholson doing terrific work for the Queenslanders. Trying to battle his way through some defence there. And Andrew Holloway is the man that gets the job done on that occasion as possession goes up the left flank. Nicely taken by Bond. Now Nicholson on the attack. Edmondson causing some headaches. Great work there from Josh Nicholson. Another try to his tally. He's originally from Mackay in far north Queensland. Nice little possession of ball there from Andrew Holloway. Holloway, good work down the sideline. Beautiful pass, Andrew Holloway. Couldn't quite get Simon Bartlett on the fly. And that is half-time, ladies and gentlemen, in this thrilling contest between the GIO New South Wales Gladiators and the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones. The score favours the New South Wales side by 3 points. We'll take a break and be back on the other side for the third term.
What's your view of things today? God young to fade away. The sinners sin but aren't aware. Our fables take us everywhere. I can't keep up with you. I can't keep up. I can't compete with history. We'll film it live but dub our tale. The mystery must stay inside. Look our homes, look our lives in control of the morning. In control of the sea. You are creating all the bubbles at night. I'm chasing around trying to pop them all the time. We don't need to trust a single word they say. You are creating all the bubbles.
Okay, we are back here for the second half of this contest between the Gladiators and the Cyclones. They've just scored again then, the Cyclones. So the margin now 2 points. Good work in the middle of the court. Riley Batt doing his best, trying to battle around Bond inside that attacking 50. Now going around Ozan. Terrific work from Riley Batt, the Australian stealer. He's made his appearance at 4 Paralympic Games. And, of course, he's been a strong competitor at the Australian level, and he'll be one to watch come 2018. Nice little pass over there from Bond. Nicholson just trying his best to get possession, slow down the clock. Good pass to Cameron Carr. Now Carr battling his way through some traffic. He's got some work to do. Nice little pass over the top to Chris Bond. Bond gives it, and one bounce, and it goes to Cameron Carr, but Carr can't quite get it together. Can't get the combinations together that he wanted, and the goal goes begging there.
Also the height that was for him there on that occasion, just to get the right height so he can pick up that ball at the end. We see New South Wales with possession here. Let's see what they can deliver down this right-hand side.
Edmondson has the ball. Nice little pass. Great use of space. And Riley Batt finishes with the try. Terrific stuff. He turns 28 this year. And he's been in that top 4 MVP role many times at this level, both at the Australian and, of course, the national level. Finds his way into that starting 4, that tournament 4, come the end of the tournament. As Dickie Voris now has possession of the ball for the Gladiators. He'll try and find a space. Gives it to Edmondson. Edmondson battling well. Nice work there from Ben Leday in defence. Ball goes to Edmondson. Back to Batt. Batt just carving his way through up the middle. That's terrific stuff, Riley Batt. Showing his strength and size, and he goes through for a try. This is a terrific game that we're witnessing here, Nick.
It is indeed. Let's see what they can do, though, Queensland. They've been under the pump against this New South Wales side. 34-29. It's hard to get back from this position unless you somehow stop New South Wales from scoring. It's been very difficult in this game.
So Bond will have possession. And there's just a referee's call here. Amber, you want to take us through this?
Yeah, so timeout again for the back court so they don't run out of time. So Queensland here now left with 1 on-court timeout, and New South still with 3. And 1 coach is left for Queensland and 2 for New South.
Is it crucial when teams use these timeouts through the game, or do you have a time limit?
Absolutely. There's only 4 on-court timeouts, so, Queensland's now chewed up a few, so they'll be a bit pressed if there's some high pressure that has them close to running out of time in the second half.
Okay, so we go back to the contest. Nicholson gives it in field to Carr. Carr battling his way through. He's got Ozan on his left-hand side. Great blocking from Nicholson. Carr pops over the pass. Great stuff from Josh Nicholson. Terrific hands, and he gets the goal. So that was wonderful stuff from Josh Nicholson. He controlled that ball perfectly. Andrew Edmondson going up the middle. Good work from Riley Batt in defence this time. Creates the gap. And the try is there for Andrew Edmondson. 35-30 with 6:18 to go in this third term. Great contest so far. What have you made of it so far, Em?
Yeah, it's a nice tight match. There's a lot of off-ball contact, which is fantastic to see. The guys are really up in one another's faces and pressing each other, which is part of why Queensland has used so many of their timeouts.
Bond gives it into Nicholson. Nicholson nicely to Carr. Carr battling his way inside that attacking 50 now. Just struggling to get around Riley Batt. Gives the pass beautifully to Chris Bond. Bond now charging up the middle. Just goes around Edmondson. Pops the pass. Beautiful pick up Cameron Carr. And the goal is there. 35-31. 5:50 to go in this third term. This opening game of the Fierce 4 Nationals here at the Sydney Olympic Park State Sports Centre. All thanks to GIO. Great work there from Andrew Edmondson to finish off that particular play. Wheelchair Sports New South Wales do some fantastic work, as well as Disability Sports Australia. And a big thank you to ISC for providing the gear in 2017. The polos and the hoodies that you see all the volunteers and all the officials wearing. That's all thanks to ISC. So we go back to the live play. 36-32 at the moment. Good work from Edmondson. Pops the pass to Batt. He's got a three-man wall. Good pass over the top. Did particularly well under pressure there. Edmondson now trying to get his way through it. Just working his way outside that attacking key. Will he pass it? Yes, he will. Gets a nice little overhead pass. Riley Batt finishes beautifully. That was a terrific team goal here, Em.
Yeah, beautiful work there. They really read one another, which is fantastic. A lot of these guys are on the same squad in the Australian team, so they certainly know one another on the offense and defensive play. So really a bit tricky there to get that one through.
Cameron Carr tries to get the ball away. Now Bond has possession. Gives it back to Carr. Carr will take it up the middle. Goes over the halfway line. Doing well with limited space here, Cameron Carr. Nice little backward pass. And it's some great blocking from Nicholson. That'll allow Chris Bond to score another try, Nick. Combinations, they're looking pretty here, mate.
Yeah, the way he was able to come through at the end, it was fantastic work by Queensland. But the big thing is they can't let New South Wales score again here in this situation because Queensland haven't been able to get the back-to-back tries working as the ball bounces over the top here. New South Wales pick it up nicely.
Batt does the work, and Edmondson picks up the ball to get the try. Terrific stuff from Edmo. He's becoming a bit of a veteran in this sport, wheelchair rugby. He appeared at the recent Rio Games, in which Australia claimed gold over the US in that thrilling double overtime final. And now Cameron Carr will get some points. So we go back to the action now. Edmondson just trying to pick up the ball. Can't quite get his hands on it. And the ball will go out of bounds.
Very low on that occasion there, Jono. He wasn't able to get the pick up at the end. But it's been one of those contests so far where both sides are really still feeling each other out, so to speak. Like as the game gets on, the more collisions we see in this contest, the more, I guess, ferocious the pushes and the plays to get to the ball are. And it's great to see. It's been a very good contest, and New South Wales have got the better at the moment, but you can see that Queensland, if they just tighten up that defence just a shade, they will be one of the form sides of this competition. This is one of the great games to see at the start of the competition, to see where both sides are at, and as we can see, both sides look like they could be favourites to win this comp.
Yeah, well, it's always day one is the big challenge. And we've got Victoria Protect Thunder taking on the Japanese next. That'll be a thrilling contest. And we're here to cover it all as Riley Batt gives the ball in court goes to Andrew Edmondson. Edmondson tries to fire off a late barrage from Chris Bond, rolls backwards and gets the points. So 39 plays 34 with 3:52. We go back to the contest. So Queensland now just have possession at the moment. And referee Lloyd White, he's now in possession of the ball. He's famous for his chocolate milk, Lloyd.
How do you know that stuff?
I've been doing this sport for 5 years. You pick things up.
Whitaker's Dairy's the favourite.
No wonder they say he's lurking with intent, John O'Farr.
That's exactly right. You've got to pick things up in this sport, and you will over the next 4 days.
Infamously, he brings them over from New Zealand when he travels over.
Yeah, it's become
Never brings me or anyone else any, though.
It's become a bit of a tournament tradition. I saw a photograph on Facebook through the week leading up to the tournament. So, Mr. First Class is his nickname to some. Big fan of that 1A seat aboard the Qantas 380. So, we go back to the action. Nicholson gives it back to Bond, and Bond tries to work through nicely. And a bit of a battle and a contest there. So, Em, take us through it.
Yeah, great defensive hit there. Offensive, just with no chance. Bondi just had no chance there. He's come up behind, just pushed him out of court legally, and now we've got a change in play. So there was no goal scored there. He's hit the goal and gone out of court before crossing the try.
So the change of possession takes place, and great work there from the Gladiators. Nice pass to Edmondson, and there's some work here to do. And it goes through for the goal. So terrific stuff there by Ben Leday. He makes his appearance on the court for the Gladiators. So loose possession there. Em, you want to take us through this ruling here?
Yeah, so there was no touch there, so it'll be from the baseline, so you can play it from where the ball was. So it'll be from the base with New South Wales with the ball now.
So we'll go back to the contest. Nice little overhead pass to Riley Batt. Batt just tries to calm things down. Nice blocking work there from Leday and Ashford. And it's a charge forward. Over the top, Riley Batt does particularly well. That left wheel airborne as he goes over the try line. Great work from Darren Ashford in defence there, just creating that block. It's so vital to keep those blocks right on that goal line, as Nicholson can't quite get a hold of it and the ball goes out of bounds. So just under 3 minutes to play in this third term. Exciting, thrilling game here to kick off the Fierce 4 GIO Wheelchair Rugby National Championships here at the State Sports Centre. We thank you for your attendance here today. We hope we can have your attendance right through the 4 days, right through until Saturday, where we'll be next door in the Genoa Netball Centre. And that'll be a great facility to have this sport. It was there last year for 3 days. And finals day, day 4, will be the location for that on this occasion. So we're just about to get underway again. There's a couple of changes here for the Queenslanders. Nick?
And this is going to be interesting to see what Queensland do with the changes here to score 41-34, and this is starting to get a little bit away from Queensland, and this is where, as I said before, the defence needs to tighten up, but also you've got to score back-to-back, and they haven't been able to do that throughout the encounter, and that has been the hard thing. Is let's see what they can do. Queensland will have the throw back into the play, so let's see what can happen here. New South Wales doing a lot off the ball.
Cameron Carr, the man about to get possession. Ryan Scott just floating around in that number 11 jumper. Chris Bond holding court in the back. Matty Thompson in the 5. So that's your 4 for Queensland. Andrew Holloway in the 10. Edmo in the 14. Ben Leday in 12. And Daniel Holt over on that far side in jumper number 9. So Chris Bond just taking on the line. Nice overhead double pass. Couldn't quite find Thompson. And the ball will go out of bounds.
Great defence there from New South Wales, nice and tight. So now we have the change in play and New South with the ball.
Edmondson gives the ball in field. Now Holloway trying to battle his way through some excellent defence. Great work from Daniel Holt with the block. It's created the hole and Holloway goes through for the goal. Terrific stuff for the Gladiators on that occasion. Quick as a flash, it goes back to Bond. Bond now battling with Holloway. Bond trying to get around Leday. Nice little double pass across. Thompson picks up the bounce and gets the try. So it's great to have your company here at the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre. This will be the home for the first 3 days of the Nationals in 2017, and then of course we move next door to the very new Netball Centre, which was the location for last year's tournament. We saw 3 terrific days culminating in that final between Japan and New South Wales, which to the misery of Daryl Wingard went to overtime. He's not a big fan of the old overtime. Leday has the ball nicely to Edmondson. Good pass, great combination to Holloway. And the Gladiators get a try on that particular occasion.
So that was a clean hit there from the Queensland team, and Edmo just tipping over but making that pass to execute the try for New South. Great offensive play there.
So we'll just go back to the play here, and Matt Thompson with possession. He'll take it from the goals. Nice little pass across to Bond. Bond battling his way through some wall of defence. Bounces it a couple of times, keeps that ball alive. Straight up the middle, size and strength. Andrew Holloway does his best to try and catch him. He can't quite get him. So under 2 minutes to go in this third term. Thrilling contest between the Gladiators and the Cyclones. 43-37. 6 points the margin to the Gladiators. Holloway, pass over the top. Couple of bounces to Edmo. He picks it up on the third bounce. Battles with Thompson and gets the points. So Andrew Edmondson playing that key role in terms of setting up tries. And of course on that occasion getting some of his own. As Cameron Carr will now take it up the middle. The experience of Cameron Carr for the Queenslanders. He's an Australian Steeler in 2016. Nice pass over the top from Chris Bond. Can't quite find Thompson to get his second back-to-back goal. And the chance goes begging.
Bonnie with a bit too much spinach there. Thrown over, and New South with the ball now from the side.
So Leday will give it in field to Edmondson. Leday now has possession again. Tries to get around Thompson. Does well from Bond. Goes bang into Thompson again. Now Holloway has the ball. And possession will come back.
So New South using one of their on-court timeouts. So 30 seconds. Just taking that one there to prevent running out of the shot clock, it would seem. Back in play for New South Wales with the ball.
So Leday has possession. He'll try and give the pass across to Edmondson, and he can do that, but Edmondson's stuck there. Daniel Holt now trying his best to create some opportunities for him and does it beautifully. Good pass to Andrew Holloway, just out of reach, unfortunately. Chance goes begging and the ball goes out of bounds. So how do you see this game, Nick, at this level? We're deep into the third term, under a minute to go.
It just seems like New South Wales have got the control of this game. Let's see what Queensland can do here. And the big thing leading into this fourth quarter is, again, you've got to score back-to-back and also trying to tighten that defences again. They go over for another try, and that's good work by Carr to score. But again, linking up with Bond, and those two have been linking well throughout the afternoon so far. And that's going to be, I guess, a sign of what they're going to do throughout the tournament.
So we go back to play. And it's Edmondson that has possession of the ball. He tries to battle his way through that defensive 50. Nice little touch pass to Holloway. Andrew Holloway now battling a Bond. Holloway just carves his way through. Little skid. Does it beautifully. His manoeuvrability on that particular occasion was first class, and he deserves the try on that occasion. 45-38 in favour of the Gladiators.
So we've got an equipment here again. The defensive players, whilst equipment is on, needs to allow the space, so they have to give them a metre so that that mechanic can come on and fix whatever is needed, whether that be the tyre or, in this case, with Maddie here, we've just had the strap needing to be adjusted.
So we'll go to Carr. He'll give it nicely to Bond. Bond over the top to Carr. He picked that up beautifully. Good little one bounce pass. But it's the great work of Ben Leday that prevents that play progressing any further. The chance goes begging for the Cyclones on that occasion. So they've got some work to do here in this final term. They're down by 7 at the moment. Certainly got plenty of talent right across that Queensland side.
And here they go again, New South Wales. And the end of the way was beautiful there by Holloway, and he'll go over to score. Fantastic stuff once again there, Jono, the way New South Wales were able to link up. And the work by Holloway is now Bond's on the charge.
Bond goes up inside that defensive 50. Can't quite get the pass away. And ladies and gentlemen, that is three-quarter time in this opening contest of the Fierce 4 GIO Wheelchair Rugby Nationals. It's New South Wales leading it narrowly by 8 points. It's 46-38. Okay, so here we go for the fourth term, the final term in this opening game of the Fierce 4 Rugby Championships here at the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre. Great to have you in attendance here. We hope you're enjoying the coverage so far of this contest between New South Wales and Queensland. It's been a fiery start to the tournament. Nice little pass across there to Riley Batt. John O'Farr, Nicholas Cunyac and Emma Stewart in commentary. As Thompson will take possession of the ball. He gives it nicely across to the 15 in Whittaker. Whittaker pops the pass over the top. Can't quite get the gravitas he wanted. And Riley Batt will pick it up loosely. Try to battle his way through. Now playing a defensive role. Whittaker, good pass over the top. Batt and Edmondson combining beautifully on that occasion, Nick.
Yeah, great work there. And again, the way that Batt went across to get the ball in the first place after scoring that try quite easily before, went back into position at the back and was able to pick it up and then get that good throw away. Is now Queensland have possession once more. The scoreline here 48-38, so a 10-point margin. And it's New South Wales doing it quite nicely this afternoon in the first game. Of course, the second game, aren't we looking forward to this one? Victoria Protect Thunder up against Japan.
Oh.
That's going to be a cracking game to watch.
Oh, you wait till you see the lineup for the Japanese.
I've seen the list come through. Interesting.
Absolutely fantastic, that one. Absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to it. Of course, the Japanese went all the way in 2016, claiming gold, beating New South Wales last year in a thrilling overtime final. They were really the favourites right across the tournament. They had a bit of a lull on the second day. That was a 3-day tournament in 2016, which was held next door at the Netball Centre. The first time it was held at that particular place. And the Japanese, they've got plenty of fiery attack, and the size, the height is really one of their strengths when you take a look at Ike in terms of his role. And Shimakawa, fantastic stuff from him as well. So they've got a great side right across the court. We go back to the play now, and it'll be a possession to Queensland. So Thompson now has the ball. He'll give it to Carr. Carr tries to find Thompson. And now the ball will be played beautifully by Whittaker. He got the ball back in field to Thompson. Whittaker couldn't quite handle it. And the ball goes out of bounds and the chance goes begging. So an opportunity here now for the Gladiators to sort of build on their lead. They lead by 10 points now, 48-38. So it's really important to get that lead in a game. And if you get to that 10-point margin, it's really hard sometimes to peg it back, as Simon Bartlett gets a terrific goal there for the Gladiators. I hope you're in.
So we have the inbound call here. So he was stuck and could see that we needed an advantageous from the baseline. So Matt there for the inbound for Queensland.
Carr now has possession of the ball. Good little pass over the top. Couple of bounces. Third bounce, and it's Riley Batt that picks it up. Scoops his way back through the mid-court. Goes against Cameron Carr. Great work there from Bartlett. Just in coverage. Whittaker can't quite get there in time. And the try is scored. So that brings up 50 points for the Gladiators in their first game. 50-38. The margin is 12 points now. Em, it's really important to get that 10 to 12 point lead in a game.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be quite hard to then make a comeback. It's not to say it's not possible, though. Queensland with a chance still here.
So we've still got 6.5 to go in this opening term. And then, of course, at 11:30 or around about that time, in fact, it's
at
1:15. In fact, 1:15. It'll be the Victoria Protect Thunder taking on Japan. So that'll be our second contest on day number 1 of 4 here at the Fierce 4 Rugby Championships. As Batt will take possession of the ball, go inside that attacking 50, smashes off Thompson and goes through for that try. Great lineup so far. They've used most of their names across that lineup for the Gladiators. Harry Clist, he's looking at getting some game time across this tournament. Let's hope he can get plenty of it in the jumper 15. Ball goes over the top to Thompson, picked up by Riley Batt, and Batt will take it over that quarter into the half and over the try line. So terrific stuff there from Riley, and they go 51-38 with just over 6 to play here. There seems to be a bit of a timeout here, Em.
So we've got a timeout called here for New South Wales. And they've called that so that they can get their substitution across.
So they've made some changes there. Leday, Edmondson, Harry Clist in the jumper 15. Great to see him out on the court. Harry Clist, the youngest member, well, in this sport, really, at this level. tender age of just 13. He's got a bright future in this sport. We've seen him appear in many games across the tournaments, but not really at this senior level. As Cameron Carr gives the ball across to Thompson. Matt Thompson gets the point. So terrific to see him out and about on that court. He's been in celebrity games. He's been in that emerging Gladiators squad. Great work from Leday. Can Cliss get his first goal? He can. Terrific work to Harry Cliss scoring on that occasion. Brilliant lead-up work there from Ben Leday that led to that play. Now Whittaker will have possession of the ball, trying his best to get the ball in field to Thompson. Does it now. Thompson just battling his way through. Nice little bounce pass across to Cameron Carr. Now Clist is giving him some trouble. Edmondson as well on that flank. Pops over the pass to Whittaker. Whittaker uses Thompson and goes over for the points. Cameron Whittaker in that 15 jumper. And it's 53-40 with just over 5 to play in this contest. Nice little play from Edmondson. Edmondson gives the ball across court. Can Cliss go back to back? The youngster, you bet he can. Terrific stuff for Harry Clist, his second goal in this game. Showed really great speed and manoeuvrability on that particular occasion. Nice pass from Cameron Carr. Carr gives the ball to Whittaker. Now the intensity starting to pick up inside this final 5. And the goal is scored there to the Queenslanders. So 54-41 now. As the Gladiators now will try to get the ball back in field. Gives the ball nicely over to Clist again with possession. Clist on the burst. He's got Cameron Carr on his outside, now back on his inside, but it's Harry Clist showing all the skills. Going 3 goals. Terrific to see such a young talent out on the court, Nick.
When you get the who's fresh, they're able to use what they can, as he'll get the ball once again. Great work by him. He might be able to step on the inside, he does. And another fantastic try. He is playing well since he got onto the field. The young talent of him, and Harry Clist is really playing some great rugby at the moment. Really enjoying the way he plays.
Yeah, scoring his 4th goal on that occasion of this game in the tournament, all back to back to back to back. So Thompson gives the ball to Carr. Carr's got some trouble here, but he finds his way through so easily. Carves it straight up the middle, and the points are scored on that occasion. So now Leday gives it to Edmondson. Back to Leday. Good work from Ashford, just floating on the flank. Leday now bounces it once to keep the ball alive. Battling his way through, straight up the middle of the court. Terrific work from Ashford and Edmondson. And it's Ben Leday that gets the points on that occasion. 56-42 with just over 4 to play in this contest. Ball comes back in court. Harry Clist is on the charge. He's got some time to get it, but the play will go out of bounds. So penalty called. Em, you want to take us through that?
Yeah, so we had 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to pass the ball in. It needs to be touched. So once it's touched, then we play. Shot clock starts, and the playing clock also starts. So no one had touched it within that 10, so it's changed possession back from where it was. So New South Wales now with the ball from the baseline.
So Clist now will have possession. Can he go for goal number 5 of this contest? Gives it into Daniel Holt. Holt back to Clist. Clist with some work to do, trying to get his way around. Play. Goes out of bounds. Terrific work there from the 15 and Cameron Whittaker for the Cyclones to just push his opposite player into touch. And now we'll go back through Ryan Scott. Gives it nicely to Cameron Carr. Carr over the top, trying to work his way around Holty. Gives the ball back to Whittaker. Clist is giving him some curry. Gives the pass over the top. Holloway's on the charge, but it's picked up nicely by Thompson. Thompson goes bang into Holloway. Needs some support now. Holt is there, trying his best to get back in to cause some problems. But it's Cameron Carr that goes through and scores the goal on that particular occasion. This game, it's really picked up in intensity, Nick.
It has indeed in these last 5 minutes or so, last 3 minutes I should say. And again they're on the attack, New South Wales, and Holloway again will storm over to score to make it 58-43. So New South Wales getting the win in the first game this afternoon. The next one's going to be an absolute cracker. Looking forward to seeing how those two teams go, Victoria and Japan, followed by Team Canada and New Zealand.
Yeah, and then to wrap us up for the day, it's the Gladiators taking on Victoria. So 4 games on the opening day of the 4-day GIO Wheelchair Rugby Fierce 4 Nationals. As the ball comes to Holloway. Holloway trying to battle his way through. Nicely played. And the ball will go out of bounds on that occasion. So we'll go back to the sideline, and it'll be a possession here to the Gladiators and Harry Clist. So Clist now has possession of the ball, trying his best to find an opportunity, an option in field. What can he do on this occasion? Timeout called. So they'll have a bit of a board meeting, and we'll go back to the spot. Clist now has possession, so he has the ball, gives the pass in field. Couldn't quite find Holloway on that occasion. Cameron Whittaker coming through, just pushing the ball out of play. So it'll go back to Clist. Clist now doing his best to get the ball inbound. Gives it nicely to Holloway. Holloway working his way around that defensive 50. Good overhead pass. Harry Clist going for goal number 5. And he gets it. Terrific work from Harry, making his debut at this level, 59-43, especially in the Sydney tournament. Played away nicely here to Whittaker. Whittaker goes the overhead pass. Couldn't find Cameron Carr. The arm of Clist prevents any future play. It's a thrilling final 3 minutes here, Nick.
It is indeed. And the way New South Wales have prayed as well as Queensland. As Queensland will stroll over for another try, it will be Whittaker that gets over. So the scoreline now 59-45. New South Wales lead Queensland as New South Wales have the ball through Holloway.
So they spread it up the middle. Harry Clist working well in defence, but it's Holloway that'll have the clear passage. That he'll go through for the try. Brings up 60 points for them in this contest, 60-44. Healthy lead of 16 in this opening game on day 1 of the Fierce 4 GIO Wheelchair Nationals. Trying to find Thompson. Thompson does well. Positions himself, but Harry Clist giving him some trouble. Unfortunately, on that occasion, it's Thompson that wins the battle. How do you see the intensity, Em? It's really starting to pick up in these final moments, even though the Gladiators, they lead it by 15. So possession will come back to Clist. And he'll have goal number 6. So what's going through the thoughts of the players in these final couple of moments in the opening game, Em?
Yeah, it's really great to see that Queensland's still putting in that, putting in the work and showing up right now. Still some great play from both teams, nice and tight. And New South Wales again pressing them effectively to get the 12 seconds in the back court there. So New South Wales now change of play.
So we'll come back to Clist, who scored 6 in this contest. Great effort from Harry Clist. He started his account beautifully. Gives it to Daniel Holt. Clist goes straight up the middle, battling through traffic. Gets goal number 7. Jeez, he's got some real power about him and strength. He's coming along nicely as a wheelchair rugby player. Remember his first time here at the Nationals. Certainly grown up a lot since then. And the ball is played nicely there by Clist, who tried to take it off the experienced Cameron Carr. So a nice battle of youth and experience, and it's youth that wins on this occasion. Clist goes through, trying to battle through. Holloway creating a hole, gets the goal. 8 goals for Harry Clist in this opening contest. So he started his 2017 Sydney Nationals campaign in the best possible fashion, Nick. He's having a blinder.
He's playing really well. I saw him in the warm-ups, and he was looking in the warm-ups, and the way he's come on in this last quarter has been fantastic. For about 1:30 remaining, New South Wales leading here, but Queensland trying to get some points before the end of the game. A nice pass out They find in a man, and that's Carr that goes over for another try. So scoreline of 63-46 with a minute 20 remaining.
Clist has the ball back in field, nicely plays it to Holloway. Holloway has possession straight up the middle, keeping the ball alive. So important when you've got that space and you're soaking up the time on the clock. Andrew Holloway, he's a big fan of the science fiction genre. And he turns 26 in 2017. As the points are scored on that occasion, 64-46 with just over a minute to go. Nice pass from Whittaker, finds Cameron Carr. Cameron Carr just battling his way on that halfway line. Great blocking from Whittaker. Holloway did his best to stop the play. Comes now to Clist. Clist gives the ball across court. Beautifully played to Andrew Holloway. Holloway keeping it alive, almost losing possession on that occasion as Carr was following. And the try is scored. So it'll be a win to the New South Wales side, 65-46 at the moment. Just over 30 seconds to play in this opening contest. And then it's Victoria and Japan. Great battle between those two sides. We hope you can stick around here at the Sports Centre and watch that contest. Clist just doing his best to get possession of the ball. Nice possession work from him on that halfway line. Terrific overhead pass to Andrew Holloway. And Holloway will get the try. 65 plays 46. 66 now. 46, so 20 points the margin with just under 10 seconds to go. Nicely played away there by Paul Robinson. Pass over the top. Whittaker tried to get it. Clist battled. It said, not on my watch. And that is full time, ladies and gentlemen. A terrific haul of 8 goals from Harry Clist in the jumper number 15 in that final term has really been the difference maker here this afternoon at the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre. It's a win to the Gladiators, 66-46. Your first game, Nicholas Cunyac, in one word. What was it like?
South Wales.
That's 3.
I don't care. Go to Blues. No, being serious, it was a fantastic game to watch. Really enjoyed it, and New South Wales looking like to be one of the favourites, though. Really like the way Queensland kept on fighting, even in that last quarter when we knew what the result was going to be. They still fought hard, and that's the way we expect this tournament to be. So, Emma, what do you expect from... You've seen a lot of international wheelchair rugby. What do you expect from this Japanese side in 2017? We saw some impressive things last year.
Yeah, the Japan team are very strong. As Jono covered earlier, they've really got some strength and height, which is advantageous to be able to pick up that ball. And there are a few players with that torso function as well, which really, really helps to be able to move and manoeuvre on the court. And just as a team, they really come together really effectively, working like clockwork. So it'd be really great to see this next match and see how they go too then against the others through the next few days. Okay, well, it's a win to the Gladiators, the home side here at the Sydney Nationals, here at the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre. A 20-point victory, 66-46. We'll take a short break. On the other side, stay with us. We've got a belter. Victoria Pro Tech Thunder taking on the Japanese.